Welcome to Chasing K-Dramas, the podcast that dissects popular Korean dramas episode by episode. We dig into the characters, themes, and everything in between. I'm Chrissy Choi, and I'm here with my co-host.
도사이슬람! ting!
So, we're back, guys, with Unnies React because the folks have spoken. The Sarangees were like, we love it. I'm like, oh, more work for us.
Well, like, because I saw somebody on TikTok and was just like, trying to fill the void of Perfect Crown. And then everybody commented, watch Royal Nemesis, watch Royal Nemesis, watch Royal Nemesis. Oh, there's water in my shirt. And I was like, and then I went, yeah, watch Royal Nemesis. So I just started it because you told me to start it. And I was like, this is great. I love the writing. I can say this devious cousin brother is working my nerves. He is getting on my last.
His name is Mundo.
What do you mean, Telemundo? Telemundo's getting on my nerves. That's his thing. That's his name from now on. Telemundo. Yes. Telemundo's getting on my nerves. I don't understand. He's just evil for the sake of being evil because he was awful as a child. So
I know.
You get fresh in the house. It was like, it puts me in the mind when old girl showed up. And it was like, you just showed up as a 12-year-old stealing in your father's house. And now you show up as a cousin.
So many tropes. So many of the same tropes are being repeated over and over again.
You
always have like the long-lost sister, the long-lost cousin now.
Listen, it's
but before
literally...
we start... Sorry, but before we start, I just wanted to tell our new listeners and fans tuning in, be sure to hit subscribe. Yes. Follow us on the YouTubes. We have amazing content. Our normal programming is The Glory. We're currently recapping The Glory, and we're going episode by episode with that one. And then, follow us. You can listen to us as a podcast. You can watch us. You can do all of it, but we're everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, Apple. We have a fan club called Club Sarangees on Substack, Chasing K-Dramas on Substack.com. So check that out. But anyways,
And we even have a hotline. We got the Sarangees hotline.
We have a hotline. Call in.
You can call us.
I don't know the number on top of my head, but call in.
I don't either. So figure out what the number is. Honestly, we've just given you homework. You have come to our podcast, and now you have to figure out what our hotline number is because neither one of us. I just read the script, so I don't know what it is. I don't even know what the area code is.
We don't have a script right now. We're going like
this is off the dome, baby. This is pure from the heart. But please like and subscribe.
Oh,
but Telemundo's getting on my nerves.
He is.
Because here's with when we were doing oh my god,
Marry
Dynamite
My Husband,
Kiss,
Perfect Crown, Dynamite Kiss.
We were doing Dynamite Kiss. You could understand why Ji-hye was jealous, right?
Yes.
She was out of line, but it wasn't and she was bad at her job. So it's like you didn't mind her schemes and such because she wasn't good at them schemes. This young man, on the other hand, Telemundo, was great at his schemes. He is sending in fake. He's been in white women with fake companies.
White women with fake companies. He has a nurse. The nurse with the medication to poison. We also love poison. The deoxygen, whatever.
The digitoxin, the Digimon toxin, which was taking out folks in Perfect Crown. Apparently, everybody got heart problems in Korea. So the Digimon tried to take out Eon, and now the Digimon is trying to take out Se-gye. And I'm just like, I don't know. This was when every soap opera in the 90s had somebody on Prozac. It was just a drug, and we get a drug, and we learn about a drug, and then that's the drug that we talk about. But yeah, him getting poisoned on the plane. So let's not jump around. So we're gonna go.
We're jumping around, but I think just initial thoughts, like you said. I mean, we love this. This is basically what I wanted Perfect Crown to be honest. I expected Perfect Crown to be at this level, but like you said, the writing, pacing, it's fucking phenomenal.
The pacing's very good.
Holy shit. I'm Lim Ji-yeon, we have to talk about Lim Ji-yeon, the evil girl, Yeonjin in The Glory. Now she is this, what's the name? Shin Seo-ri. And her Joseon name is, her Joseon back in the day, she was Kang Hee-bin. So she's Consort Kang. But holy crap, this girl. She can holy crap, this entire thing.
Listen, I would feel bad for... If she learns English, it's over for you hoes. If she starts being fluent in American, if she gets an American standard accent, it's over for y'all. It's gonna be a problem for a lot of actors in America.
Oh man.
But it's because it's tropey, but it's not like in your face tropey. Like I feel like when like there's nothing where like if we were doing this because we don't have like there's no meal kit, right? There's no slush funds, right?
No.
There's no
not yet.
There's no
know.
diaper.
Not
Well,
yet.
I mean we're honestly because we're at episodes 5 and 6.
Yeah.
So at this point, something should have been introduced into the mix
True.
by now. So it seems like there's like no. I mean, I guess it's Telemundo trying to take over his companies, but that's just a B storyline.
Yeah, and it's also, I love how they're going back and forth from now, from current times to Chosun times. And I'm telling you, those Chosun times, those scenes are like 2-3 minutes, but I teared up at the end of episode 6. I don't know why, but after their kiss scene, and then they go back to the Grand Prince and Tanshim, they have their moment. I'm like, oh, like it's literally 2 minutes, and it's just I don't know how they're able to convey like so much in such little time.
Because she was burying first of all, she was burying the dog.
The dog. Oh yeah. Well, that was episode 5, I think. The doggy, right?
So,
or was it 4?
I think it was 5 because when it cuts to her, so you see the scene where this man he's just like that upset me so bad, and so you see her burying something, and it's just like, oh, she had to go collect this. First of all, he's crazier than you think he is. And then
the king, right?
Yes, the king. And he's like, oh yeah, I found a wild animal because she was trying to get the animal to go away. And you're just like, no, he didn't. No.
And I think he knew that she liked the dog. I think he saw her like playing with the dog. So he's like, I am a psycho and I just hate people. So I'm just going to go kill the dog.
That comes from some really,
dark.
It's not a thinly veiled warning. It's, I will take everything from you. And then when you find out in her backstory, because she says, when she goes to see grandma, because I love the scene where grandma goes, who are you?
Okay, so we now
that was my girl what for that episode. That was my one of my girl whats, because I didn't track my girl whats because I was watching it for fun. But that was my girl what when grandma went. We're just kind of sitting there, and I'm like, because at first you're like, is grandma having a senior moment? And it's like, no. It was like, oh, grandma's like, who are you?
Yeah. And then one thing I really liked about the grandmother scenes is that Seo-ri is very different towards her because she knows. She's very like, there's a level of respect, cautiousness, because the way she treats her grandmother, it's very, very different from the way she treats everyone else. And I really like how the actress is able to kind of switch that on and off, because it's interesting because she actually I feel like she almost she talks about it in one of the episodes where she tells Hori, right, the girl's body that she took over. She's like, should I be doing this for you? Should I become an actress for you? Like, maybe I was meant to do this. Maybe I was meant to come into your body so I can help you achieve your dreams. I really like that part. But let's just, I think just for the sake, because I mean, we're not going to recap all the episodes, obviously, but just the main characters, let's just kind of talk through. So we have Shin Seo-ri, right? And then we have our Cha Se-gye, who is our lead. He is played by a gentleman named Heo Nam-jun. Heo Nam-jun could take me. He can take me. I am obsessed with him.
He's fun. He's fun. He's fun.
Good.
He's having fun with this character. And even when because the trope of the yelling at you because you're concerned, I've had, when you have men in your life do that, you're like, I get it. I wish there was another way you could express this, but I get it. And so it's still a trope, even though it does actually happen in real life. It still is a bit of a trope, but I don't hate it. And I do like the fact that she was just like, she keeps, because you have that thing where just like, is him continuing to pursue her, even though she keeps saying no? Is this the creepy thing? Like,
I'm
should
like,
he
I don't
just
think so. Ain't creepy.
No,
I'm like, give me more.
And it's like, it's not creepy because she does actually like him. She's
It's
just not,
also-
she's not expressing it because she doesn't want to get caught up like she got last time.
Right. But for me, it's like, I think it's less creepy because the way he's portrayed, he's supposed to be this cold-hearted, brutal, like M&A Chebble guy, right? But when it comes to the matters of the heart, he is absolutely clueless. He asks his like assistant, who is a so-called cat bachelor. He's like,
Cat
"Hey,
bachelor
how do you cat bachelor?" That was crazy.
great.
I loved it.
Cat bachelor was
But
great.
he tells him, he's like, "Hey, how do you play the game of 밀당, which is like push and pulling, you know?" And he's like, he's so clueless when it comes to women. And I think he's like genuinely like, I have these feelings, I've never had them, I don't know what to do. Like, what do I do? And that's why I think it makes it less like creepy and more like, oh, like, I mean, he's checking the boxes. The way he like got her the, what is it? The coffee truck.
Let me tell you something.
And then the roses, and he got the car and everything. And I'm like, oh my God, just
That
take me.
coffee truck. First of all, I loved how she was talking to the director and being like, if you're going to do this, be historically accurate. Her hair is wrong. They banned this hairstyle. Why does she have this hairstyle? And he's like, what are you talking about? She said, what are you doing? He's like, I'm not. She's like, no, if we're gonna do this, let's do this, right? And then and so she's so determined in this life to not get caught up because old boy comes up to her and is like, Telemundo is like, hey, I'll make this worth your while if you help me him over. And she's just like,
I know. Well, because she remembers. That's the thing. So my question is, does Hori realize? I'm sure she does. I don't think she recognizes the Grand Prince as being Se-gye, or has she made that connection yet? She knows.
I know she knows that. I mean, only a quarter of his face is covered. Like, it can't be.
I know. So, like, we know that she knows that Telemundo is the king. We know that.
Yes.
But, like, has she? I mean, this is.
I don't think
we use
she-
like drama imagination, but like.
I just think she's just not acknowledging it. But she does. I don't think she. It's not that she doesn't know. I just don't think she's just not talking about it. But there's no way. There's no way that she can't know. Like, it's only like an eye and an eyebrow is covered. Also, if he had an eye injury and he can see, like, I don't understand.
No.
Like,
it was like a cut. It's like a cut. They're like, eh. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, Korean culturally, like, when you have like scars or like moles or anything on your face, because, and I don't know if this is just Korean culture, but maybe Asian culture or East Asian culture, it's like a whole thing. So, like, you know, I got my moles removed because my mom was like, you gotta get them removed. And I think with scarring as well, it's something that, I don't know, it like brings bad luck. And this is why I think he was almost exiled into his like, you know, his own like palace, because he doesn't interact with anyone. He just comes out at night and like sword fights, you know?
because he got a cut in his eyebrows because he was a he's
a badass. He's like he's a badass warrior.
Yes, he's from a badass from the 90s. That's so funny because it's in America. Like, for a long time, you would give yourself.
I know,
beauty.
the mole.
They're called beauty marks.
Cindy
like
Crawford. Cindy Crawford beauty mole.
Like, listen, I had a pimple the other day that was just, you know, a strong ass hair trying to fight its way out, and I was like, oh, this right here, this is about to be beauty mark. No, little concealer, little beauty mark, little powder, and look at her, look at she. Yeah, because I remember, like, as a kid, like, my mom used to like count. And you would like count to see how many, like, we were trying to see, like, oh, do I have? Because you would want to have like a little beauty mark here. I mean, they literally call them beauty marks. So that's so interesting. But it's like, if that thing falls off his face and he ended up with like a cut in his eyebrow, girl, I will throw something at my television. That is crazy. But because you do wonder, because he said he had an eye injury, but his eye is open. So it's not like he's walking around with like a whole patch over his eye.
No. Fun fact though. So the actor, Heo Nam-jun, he was also in Perfect Crown. If you remember, he had a cameo. He was Heeju's date. You remember they go to the date to the museum?
Yes.
And there was a guy. That's him. I was like,
okay.
Yeah. So he's everywhere. He's been in a ton of. He was in like When the Phone Rings, which is on Netflix. I just never. He was in the Sweet Home, but
Sweet Home Korea.
I don't know why. Sweet Home. It's a drama on Netflix.
I was referencing Sweet Home Alabama. Never mind.
Yeah, no, Sweet Home.
Bad
Sweet
joke.
Home Seoul. Sweet Home Seoul.
Sweet Home South Korea.
But and then also the Chebol girl that's trying to get with him. She's our sister-in-law from Prince. Yep.
And so she popped up, and I was like, oh. And then I'm like, she's gonna be a little devious because one of the aunts, the aunt with that crazy short haircut.
She's also a former comic. She's still a comic, but she's on variety shows. She's so funny.
She's hilarious because she's playing the mom on that show Miss Night and Day. And I really like her. And if I see her character in something, she's playing a mom who is so much, very much the dominant one in her marriage.
Of course.
Like if the husband gets a little loud, she's like, "Who are you talking to?" Like it's just like, "Well, honey," she's like,
so funny.
And she'll go, mm-hmm. So if it gets loud when there's other people, because she doesn't do anything when there's people around, so it'll be like, it's like, "Yeah, let's go," and then she'll go, "Okay," and then when they're alone, it's like, "Who were you yelling at?" And he's like, "Oh, but yeah, there's that young man, and then who else we got? Telemundo.
We have Telemundo, and then we have the gal. Her name is the actress's name is Cha Se-gye. And she plays, her character's name is Mo Tae-hee. And then we also have her neighbor, her next door neighbor manager.
The young man, yes.
Adorable. Kim Min-seok is the actor. His character's name is Kwang Nam. But he was, I would think we talked about this in one of our maybe Glory recaps. I forget, but we were talking about Royal Nemesis. I was trying to place him, so I finally looked it up. He was in a drama called Because This Is My First Love, Typhoon Family. He's been in a ton of stuff. He's also like
Typhoon Family.
Typhoon Family's good. I really like it. It kind of reminds me of the other one with the one where she goes undercover. The older girl she plays like a young intern. You just finished it. Oh my gosh, I watched it.
Undercover Miss Hong.
Yeah. It reminds me of that because it's around about like IMF that 90s period.
Yes, I saw a lady who just put a book out around that for about something around that time. That wasn't help. I can't remember.
It was an incredibly tough time, troubling time for Korea. Like everyone lost everything, so it was pretty sad. But yeah, and then we have that random girl who plays the rival. Her name is the actress name is Yoon Ji-ho. No, sorry. The character's name is Yoon Ji-ho, and I don't know the actress's name. But those are like the main players, and then you have people that she's like, Oh, and then you have the guy who works at her apartment, which is what a koshwon is, right? She's staying at like a boarding house. A boarding house for like kids who are like studying. That's basically what it is. You're studying for like exams to be like a civil servant, or so it's like a study boarding house situation.
Yeah, because I saw the communal kitchen, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah, and that guy who runs it, he was the assistant to Ji-hyuk's sister in Dynamite Kiss.
Mr. Ma.
Yeah. Mr. Ma. That was Mr. Ma.
Mr. Ma.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Man, everyone's in everything.
I can tell you this. It's nice to see people are working, but also it's like that lets you know that when... Like the fact that like you've been watching these shows your whole life. I've been watching them since I was, a teenager. And so to see someone, it really lets you know how much in character they get when you can lose the person's face because like if I'm going from like historical to like modern day. It's literally like, oh, this man's a different complexion and he's not wearing a beard, right? And then with the women, it's like, she's speaking differently. But even though these are both modern dramas, it's like who Mr. Ma was is different than who this character is.
Yeah.
And so it is a testament to their acting because it's like this character is a wholly, fully fleshed out person.
Yeah.
And then when they play someone else, it's like, oh, this is a new, fully fleshed out person.
And then the complete opposite of that is Se-gye's assistant. He was in Perfect Crown as Heeju's assistant. And he's in another drama that plays the exact same assistant. So there's like a meme that's going around. And it's like he's an assistant in all 3 current dramas. And everyone's like, LOL.
Now that, because I remember he was the PR man. And he was like, yeah. So he's in his bag right now. He's if you need him in a suit, being kind of surprised and a little bit helpful, that's what he's doing.
Yeah. Oh, and then the title too. So we always talk about titles being different. This title is different, meaning different in English and in Korean.
Oh, I'm sure.
So, yes, very different. I was like kind of laughing. So, My Royal Nemesis in English, but in Korean it's 멋진 신세계, which literally translates to wonderful new world, okay? So 신세계, which is also department store in Korea, but that 신세계 means new world, but the 세계 is a play on word with his name, 세계.
That's what
it's
I
like
thought.
The same, I think. Yeah.
Because when you just said it, I was like, wait, that sounds like his name.
Yeah, his name. Yeah, so his name is Cha Se-gye, but then the drama is 멋진 신세계. So, anywho. But
wait, but isn't her last name Shin?
Yeah, her name is Shin Seo-ri. Yes.
So it's kind of like a mix of their names.
Yeah, mix of that. Love it. It's
See,
written
I don't speak
by
Korean, but I know sounds.
It's written by a gal named Kang Hyun-ju, who is relatively new. She's a screenwriter, but this is her first drama. And then the only thing like we would kind of be able to check out is she wrote an animated Netflix movie on Netflix now. It's called Lost in Starlight. So we can watch it if we wanted to, but
and it's like an anime?
I'm very curious about her. It's animated. I would say Korean anime. Only anime isn't, but it's animated. So
okay.
Yeah, but
there's a difference between anime and animated, right? Because there's a different style.
Yeah, I think so because I feel like anime is like
a thing.
Anime. Yeah,
right.
I'm like it's anime. Anime's anime.
Right. Like that's a guy.
Animated is like Disney.
It's a cartoon. It's not humans walking around.
It does look like it's Korean animated. So, like I feel like Korean animations when I was little, they are distinctly different. They're not kind of like it's not quite anime, but they have their own like look almost.
I gotta look this up.
Yeah, just check it out. I mean, I'm gonna actually watch it. If it's a movie, it's not long, but but this is an original script.
That's amazing because I'm loving it's because when it comes to the time traveling stuff because I like how we're getting stuff we're making because we all have to in the same way that Perfect Crown disappointed us. The ending of Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. We should have did one of these for us. We did something like an Unnies React for Bon Appetit, Your Majesty, but Bon Appetit, Your Majesty. The ending of that was like, what? How did he get here?
I know. So frustrating.
It was frustrating. And so now there's so many of these dramas now. Seem like that the ending is like,
screwing the pooch.
It's because you hope they would jump a shark. No, they're drowning the shark. Like, I wish the shark had stopped swimming and just sunk to the bottom of the sea. Like, I really am now, I'm watching that show Wonderfuls.
It's good. I started.
Hilarious.
I am the acting too there. Like, holy crap. I mean, see, this is my thing. You know what it is? These 2 actors in this drama, Heo Nam-jun can act too. The male lead, Se-gye can act. My thing is this. I just want y'all to act. If you can act, I will love your show regardless. Wonderfuls, holy crap. That's another really fun one.
Everybody.
That is quirky.
When they get their powers.
I haven't gotten that far, but I'm watching. There's too much I'm watching right now. Like I'm watching way too much. I'm like my brain's about to explode. But Filing for Love, I also love.
I haven't started that one yet. I was watching.
You're gonna love that one too. Yeah.
Filing in for Love. I can say that this love can't be translated in Business Proposal. They are more love story. than
Yeah.
I'm used to. And honestly, I was like, oh, I think I need this because I'm getting very cynical when it comes to the subject. And so I think I need to, even though watching watching TV about things like this also isn't helpful because it's also not real. But it kind of makes you go, okay, this is nice, right? This is nice. In some world, this fake thing can happen, but it's really good to see somebody falling in love. But
Yeah.
but Wonderfuls it's because it's the actress from Attorney Woo.
Yep.
Who's playing the main lead.
Park Eun-bin, I think, yeah.
And
She's
then
so
the
good. She's
grandma
mean.
on Wonderfuls is the same grandma on Royal Nemesis.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she's different kinds of grandmas because
She's like, I don't give a shit. She's like, go away.
because in Wonderful she's a G. She's got a business. Like you just meet her and you meet her. She's counting money.
And she's like yelling at her daughter. She's a granddaughter. She's like, go away.
Get away from me. Go peel some onions. And then in Royal Nemesis, it's Aigu.
I know.
We love an Aigu, but I'm loving learning Shin Seo-ri's backstory. Like when she talks about grandma and she's saying this is the first time I've been loved unconditionally, and then you find out why she doesn't trust why she doesn't trust all of
Se-gye?
these. Yeah, why she doesn't trust Se-gye and all of these like things that he is doing to show affection towards her. And then you find out that, some woman tried to sell her from the other people because her father had gambling debt. She got sold. And then, the woman who gave her a little treat is now trying to sell her. So she's just like, anyone who's been nice to me ever has tried to take advantage of me. So even though we hate Telemundo in this time period and, in the Chosun era, it's Se-gye, he's been the same the whole time. But also it's so funny to see like he's so competent in business and so incompetent when it comes to love. And I was just like, oh, I know that gig. I have no idea what I'm doing.
I know. I mean, that's literally like Dynamite Kiss every single
all of this.
Oh my God. One part that I thought was so funny was when the white girl was like, hey, have you seen that meme where it's like, you go meet a chaebol, then you slap the chaebol, then you get the chaebol. I was screaming and I was like, that's very true. That is very true. And that's exactly what happened here.
You gotta slap him.
You gotta slap him.
I think if we've learned anything, it's we need to hit men more. If we haven't learned anything, these Korean dramas will teach us. Sometimes you gotta smack a man. Am I condoning violence? No. But in the words of Drita DeVanzo from Mob Wives, people like to say violence is not the answer. But it is. So I am a proponent. It's just that pop. But like, I think the relationship with the grandpa is interesting. I think the way that this young lady has come in, because like, I think at the into episode 6, it's like she's standing in front of Telemundo. And it's like, what the?
Well,
and then she has a thing with the family.
Yeah, well, the Telemundo thing and him using the chaebol girl was really interesting. My question was with Telemundo, it's like, it's crazy how far he's gotten without getting caught, because I'm like, guys, like
no, they know what he's doing. Like because like the secretary.
No,
was
his
like,
grandparents don't. The family doesn't. The family thinks that I'm talking about the family, like they have no idea, and the only people that suspect him or know who is like what his true nature is Se-gye and his assistant, and like Se-gye's world. But everyone else, the grandpa's like in love with him. Everyone's just kind of, So my thing is like, it's just kind of surprising how long he's gotten away with it,
Because I think there's always been. I think it's one of those things where it's like. Because whenever there's like a devious cousin around, like you would see this like on 90s TV shows where it was just like the cousin would break something and then like cry and be like, why would you do this? It's like there's always this thing where it's just like, there's this mindset where like, well, this child wouldn't do that. And then once we hit that mindset, this kid can't do anything wrong. And then your kid's like, what the f? Nobody sees this kid kicking fucking pushing over cows and kicking doors in and stuff like it. And you're just like, and he's just like, ha ha, no one will believe you. And you're like, what? And then your own parents don't believe you.
No.
So it's like,
that's the worst when your own family, your own flesh and blood, they're like,
ma'am, you
away.
gave birth to me. He would never do that. Why would I lie? That's the thing that always bugged me. It was like, he would never do that, but why would I lie? But he would never do that, but why would I lie?
So funny. One other thing that I really like too is I love how her character is super feminist. Like she comes from a time, she comes from like the Chosun era, which is notorious for not being that.
No.
And it just shows you how ahead of time she was, because in that interview in like the first episode or the second episode, she when her rival's like, I just want to be a good mother, and you know, I'm gonna still act, but I'm gonna still be a great mom and a wife. And then she's like,
I ain't doing none of that.
She's like, your ancestors, the women the pioneers who've come before you will be rolling in their graves. I love that. I really appreciated that. And I also like how they're kind of like, yeah, and I really like how they're twisting the evil concubine, that trope, because now it's kind of like, hey, actually, maybe they weren't evil, and maybe society was just freaking, you know, they were just misogynist, and they were just deeply misunderstood women who were ambitious, and they just didn't abide by like societal norms, right? And that's how they become like the evil, like conniving, you know.
Well, they
woman,
always do.
You
If
know?
you're any,
they always do that.
If you're a woman with any type of like determination or ambition or whatever, and it's just like, this woman's evil, and it's just like, but if I'm helping you conspire, then I'm not evil. Like if I'm helping you do these things, then like the show Forbidden Marriage that I'm watching, it's like there's this woman who is having an affair with the left state minister, and her husband is still alive, but he's an older man, and he doesn't like, he's not great at getting around, and he's just on the other side of the house. And so she'll have the minister in the house. The minister was kidnapping women to make money, and then she was helping him kidnap these women to make money. And then he was like, we got caught. And she was like, oh, now we can't kidnap women for you to make money anymore. But I guess we got to figure out something else. And it's like, what is happening? But she killed her it was nuts to watch. But it's like, but then she gets clocked one time because, you know, you find out actually that she is actually a kiseng. And so she's out and about doing business and stuff. And then another kiseng is like, calls her by her kiseng name. And she's like, I don't know who you're talking about. And she said, if you didn't know who I was talking about, then why did you turn around? She said, because I heard you yelling and turned around. She's like, I was like, I know you knew it was calling your name. And she's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know that name, and you don't know that name. And I was like, this is great. But I love how she is. I love how we're getting her backstory, and I love how we're slowly getting to where, because when we start with her, she is just the consort, which means you're not a consort if you're not with the king. If you're just the grand princess, then you're just the grand princess. So she goes from having to, because that's going to have to be the big shift in the show, where it's just like they go from falling in love to now she has to betray him to become a consort to the king. And that's going to be interesting.
So my gut says, like, I don't think she betrays. I think it's something happens where the king forces it. And I think she is forced into that position. Yeah. Oh,
absolutely. I don't think she's going to volunteer. I think it's going to be she did this with tears in her eyes situation. Maybe she gets another dog. I don't know. But it's like, I think it's going to be a life or death situation, where it's either going to be he dies, or you betray him. And I think she's going to have to betray him to be able to live. And it's probably, and if I was her and I came back, she's like, no, I'm not falling in love with nobody. I'm not doing that again. So now when you see them like kissing.
Okay, so let's do this. Why don't we, we're kind of hopping around a bit, but I wanted to ask you, did you have any like crazy moments in the earlier episodes where you were just like, oh my God?
The mannequin falling on the car. the hell was that about?
That scared me. That was really scary.
It's, also, I didn't know mannequins were that heavy. I was just like, and then she blamed it on some random man, and then she kept being like, no, that doesn't make any sense. But the fact that she was just like, she said, I can sense danger because people have tried to kill me so many times that I know when danger is around.
And then she's like, and then the flashback where she's like escaping, like the man blowing the poisonous arrow. I was
so
dying.
just like somebody tries to stab her in the bed, she's like, get him. And then it's like somebody tries to poison arrow at her. She's like, nice try, get him. But now it's like, well, why did so many people try to kill her?
Yeah. So we know like something must have happened, and I'm sure we will get those. We'll continuously get those 2-3 minute clips of the past.
Because I feel at one point they're going to like whenever you have, I feel like they're going to converge at one point, and we're going to have you're going to have a moment in the past where it's a life or death for him, where she has to portray him, and then it's going to be in the present where it's a life or death for him, and she has to make that choice again. And in that episode, you're going to see her having to do both choices.
Yes, both choices. Because
Marry My Husband, she goes back 10 years to fix her life. She has gone 500 years into the future.
Yeah, which is crazy.
To try to live a life.
She says 300. I think it was like 300. So,
yeah,
so I think this is like the 1700s. Yeah.
But now she's gone 300 years into the future. But also it was the one that I love where she mixed red wine with makgeolli.
Oh, I love that. So that's okay. So that's later in the episodes. We talk about it. But for me, I'll just pick one like outrageous moment. That scene, and I talked about it in the newsletter, but the way in the first episode, the way they meet, he grabs her hand, which is, from coming onto the oncoming traffic, which is a trope. But the way she beats the crap out of him with that piece of palm. With the plant. And then at one point, now they're going, and somebody goes, oh, now they're going tit for tat, because it's like, she smacked him and he smacked her. She smacked him and he smacked her. She smacked him and he smacked her. And I'm just like, everyone's like recording it, and then his assistant's just watching from the car, and he's like, this is great.
What is that?
I loved it. That left a very strong impression. I was like, okay, let's go. This is silly.
From that situation, I saw how silly that was going to be. And then when she was up all night binging TV.
Yes.
And they were like doing throwbacks to all of these previous dramas from like SBS.
Sandglass. Yes, Sandglass. They talked about Samsun, that drama that I love. Kim Samsun, so good. We need to do that. And then the fortune teller lady was referencing this drama called 1,000 Years of Love, which I loved when I was little. Like, I was obsessed with it. It came out when I was in high school. Anyways, but that drama is like another similar thing where a princess gets dropped into the future. So this lady's just talking about Korean drama plots. I was like, this is great. I loved it.
But I also loved that. That was my other girl what moment from the previous episodes, when she meets the fortune teller, and the fortune teller goes, oh, this is the first time this has happened. And then she's like, what about Rooftop Prince? What about this? And
that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
And so it's when she is saying all of the shows, because like you see Shin Seo-ri watching those shows because she finds out about like binging. But when it's interesting, because I could from the English subtitles, it made it seem like that fortune teller had helped. Not that she was like using the dramas as an example, but almost even like from the subtitles, it's like, oh, she knew all of these people when they came forward in time, as opposed to just like referencing a show. Like that was like that. Yeah.
Oh, so that's how you interpreted it. Yeah. Which is very smart.
But she kept saying, because she said to her, you're not the first one to do this.
Yeah. You're not the first one to do this. Yeah. So it's either, so that makes sense, because she's like, oh, like I've been doing this for a very long time. So all the people who came back from the future or back from the past, they came to me. So I'm comfortable. Or she's just like a lady who's just going along with this crazy woman. But it seems like, I think at one point in episode 6, where she brings the ox
brought her ox blood.
So I I think she's there. Like, I think she believes her, which I'm glad
they
for
set up-
Toddy. At least she has like an ally, so she could tell, you know.
Because she set up a whole. She brought the screen and everything. Like they set up a whole.
It's so funny.
Because they're like, there's so much noise on the roof, and then he runs upstairs and she has a like ox blood, like just
it's like a
across.
ceremony.
And she's like, "Oh, I'm trying to get some blood together. You want some?" And he's like, "Ah!" And then you see like, and then she wipes her hand on the camera, and it's just like, "Oh, you want some too?" And he's like, "Ah!" It's nice for her to have someone to talk to, but she keeps that because like before she had that job, she was like, "How much more money are you gonna take from me?" And she's like, "I got you. It'll be fine." But she does this whole thing to make sure that it was her trying to ward off the love. She's like, I'm not doing this again. I'm going to ward this love off, and I need to focus on money. And I need to focus on, because she's like, I'm not going to be in this conversation. She's like, I'm going to be a Buddhist nun. And she's like, a Buddhist nun with a job? She's like, yeah, I'm a Buddhist nun with long hair and a job. And the girl lady was like, okay.
Speaking of when you're talking about her like binge watching stuff, when she's watching the YouTube and she's learning about Korean history, fun fact, that is an actual YouTube. That's a YouTuber. Yes, it's an actual thing. And I forget the name. You've watched it?
Yeah.
Do they translate it?
There was like, I saw somebody
wow,
had
they translated in English.
Yeah. Somebody,
it's like in English. That's awesome.
Because that's how I started learning about like different, like I was like, oh, I want to learn like a stuff.
That's the guy's name, Hwang Han-chi. Okay.
I wanted to learn some stuff about Korean history. Because I was watching some
that's
drama.
what you've been using.
Well, I used that one and then like Wikipedia, because that's how I found out about like when I was watching
crazy.
Queen Sunduk, and that's how I learned about like the bone ranking.
Okay,
Because
so that's the first time.
Yeah.
Fun fact: that's the first time that like a YouTuber content was on like terrestrial TV. So I found that on Wiki, which is kind of cool. But so episode 5,
it's very high quality. So
it's great. No, I mean I loved it. So episode 5, we can we have we're 41 minutes in, so maybe like the next 20 minutes we could just talk about the actual episodes. So for me, like my probably I just loved, we kind of talked about it. I mean, the final scene's hysterical. We'll get into that. But I just really, really liked how Se-gye in general, like he is willing to do anything to get her. And it was so refreshing to see. I mean, I know it's silly and it's over the top, but like, how can you not watch that and not fall in love with this guy? Like, he is trying so hard, and you can just tell he likes her so much, and he just like wants to do everything for her. And then when he gets rejected, he is just absolutely like heartbroken, he's upset, and he's like a kid the way he reacts, you know? So I really, really like that.
I also like how he couldn't understand, because he kept going, well, are you sure? And she's like, yeah, I'm sure. He's like, but you know, but but you know who I am? She's like, I'm fully aware who you are. And he's like, you know, all the proposals and stuff that I've gotten. And she's like, then yeah, you should go about those proposals. And then as soon as she walks away, she's like,
I know.
Well, did he find out?
Him too.
She likes him too, but
how can you not?
How can you not? The young man is out here doing real work. He is out here campaigning. He's trying to get elected, and it is it's hard, because how do you let yourself be vulnerable enough to be compromised again? Because you've been through so much. So it's just like, how can I? It's like it's like you get your heart broken enough times. You're just like, I'm good. I don't know what I am doing. I am picking wrong. Let me chill. And so I understand, but he really is coming after her. I loved the job she was working. And she was with the part-timer, because that boy cannot shake her. When she figured out she needed money to buy sweet treats, she was ready and willing to be at the job. I love the fact that he created an entire entertainment company to get her out of that contract.
He did. He's doing everything.
If a man creates a business for you, girl, you got to kiss him by the sea.
It's crazy. And then, So I loved how she asked her neighbor to become her manager. She needed a road manager. So she asks him. Then they go on a trip to, of course, Jeju-do, because there's nowhere else you could go in a K-drama. They got to keep the budget low.
Are there no other islands off the coast of Korea?
That's Jeju-do's the best one, I
What
think.
I love is that when she said she'd never been to the sea, and he said, you live in a country that's surrounded by the ocean on 3 sides.
Yeah.
What do you mean you've never been? But it's like, I thought about that like growing up. Like I had friends who had never been to the beach. And I'm just like, it's 4 hours away.
I know.
And,
Some people just,
and gas ain't even $1. Girl.
Back in the 90s, it wasn't.
My mother used to wake us up 4 a.m. in the morning, drive us to Tybee Island or
Tybee Island, yeah.
Hilton Head. We'd spend all day there and we'd drive back. I'm like, your mother wasn't waking you up with a public sub, girl.
And then, oh my God, this made me laugh so hard when they're on the plane and she's like,
Yes.
the class division. She's like, what is this? Might as well call it beggars, commoners. Like,
She's
in the
not wrong.
novels.
She's not wrong.
They should just rename it.
She's not wrong. I love the way
was so upset.
She's like, sit down. I got a seat for us. And he's like, we're not sitting here. And then the shock, because here's the thing. Before you actually, I remember the first time, first I got on the plane as like a baby. I don't remember. But like the next time I was 17. And I remember going from first class, walking past first class. First of all, I love a plane where you board in the middle, where first class goes to the left.
Yeah,
and then
so you don't have to.
right.
You don't have to do the walk of shame.
Because they make you feel like it's a walk of shame, but then you look at the ticket prices. I'm like, well, why are you charging me $2,000 one way in this lay down seat, and then you realize the space of a lay down seat in first class is 9 other seats, and you're like, okay, no wonder you're charging me this much because I'm buying 9 fucking seats on this plane. But her walking through, and I'm like, yeah, girl, I feel that every time. And when I'm sitting in first class, I still feel it.
When you don't get that upgrade,
That's why I stay on. Listen, if somebody wants to fly cross country JetBlue has the cheapest lay down seats in the game. They really do. And
I love JetBlue.
Love a JetBlue, especially going to New York, lay down seat, girl. But that class division. But I can tell you, when they came out with that defibrillator, First of all, when he said he wasn't feeling good, I knew.
What was she doing? Even volunteering. I was like so confused. She was like, Dr. Isha. And I was just like, and I'm like,
because she thought it was going to get her upgraded to a better seat.
Is that what it was?
Yes, because doctors were nobles. If I say that I'm a professional, then they're going to upgrade me to that. I was like, why is she up? And I'm like, oh, she thinks she's going to get a better seat out of this. And she was like, yeah, I'm a traditional Eastern medicine doctor.
And then the lady's like, what's happening? And then when the lady hears her speaking in that old timey like speak, she's like, are you an herbal medicine doctor?
And she's like, yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I am. My tonics were known worldwide. And so when they're trying to revive him, and then she just pours water in his face and starts slapping him.
I have never laughed so hard in a very long time at watching something. I was like choking. I was like laughing so hard. The way could you imagine filming this? She's like banging his head.
She's banging his head. And what's so funny is I was watching this yesterday on the plane. So I'm sitting in Delta Comfort watching her be upset. And I was like, yeah, girl, I get it because I didn't get my upgrade. And they had like 7 empty seats in first class. But I was like,
wait,
number 50.
How did you not get bumped up then?
Because
they usually fill it up.
Because where I was in Comfort Plus was already bumped up. But you can still be on the other bump up list.
Yeah,
because you're on both of them, whichever one you can get first, you get first.
Of course.
But I was number 15, and I'm just like,
Delta's hard. Delta's very, very hard.
Delta's hard to get a bump up.
Notorious. Yeah.
Especially
you get a comfort. You always get a comfort, but it's very hard to get business.
But you have to make sure when you request an upgrade, you have to make sure, because they have bumped me up to comfort and it was a middle seat. I was like, why would you? Who's getting bumped up to a middle seat? You sound crazy. I had to bump myself back down. I was like, I would rather be in regular economy than a Comfort Plus middle seat. You sound crazy. But
I do it. I'm like, whatever. because
No, I hate
could,
them.
like lift my little I could lift my little legs up, but
No, I can't have nobody. I can't have people 2 shoulders. That's too much. But United's very good for
United
buying.
you can get upgrades.
And
United
not only
is
that,
like,
United you can buy it. There's more than once where I've gotten United first class upgrade at the gate, and it costs like $300, maybe $500. Delta still look you in your face and be like, your mortgage.
They like laugh.
Let me get your mortgage.
We were trying to upgrade Thomas's mom when we went. And then the lady just like laughed at her face, and I was like, "Okay." Thomas was like, "We'll pay for it." She didn't laugh, but she was just like, "It was a lot." Like I knew it wouldn't happen, but it's because it's hard. Like Delta's hard. Delta's notoriously hard to get any sort of like upgrade. You got to do it before. You can't do it at the gate, but we tried.
No, you can't do it at the gate because United's like, because I paid for United upgrade one time, and then so the lady swiped my card. It was just $300 because I was like, okay, I don't know how much it's gonna be, and she's like, it's $300. I said, girl, run this card. And so
300's fine. Yeah,
300's fine. And
Worth
then
it.
as she was doing it, the system had knocked somebody up, had given them the upgrade, and
so she knocked them back down.
She knocked them back down, and she was like, and I was like, what happened? She said, the system. It was like a.
Yeah, you want to get money. You want to give a free seat away if someone's willing to pay.
And that's exactly what she said. Oh wait, it bumped somebody. She went, and then she looked at me and went, no, it didn't. And then she was like, you got it. Don't worry about it. She's like, you just paid for this. There, and she, it was very funny.
But so back to the scene. Yes. It was great. I loved it. They're acting, the plane crew, they're acting, everyone was acting so up.
I can tell you when they walked out with that defibrillator, I said, there's no way she's not getting electrocuted. I don't know how she's getting electrocuted, but this woman today is getting electrocuted. I will tell you that right now. And I knew it. And he comes back to life, and then she's just kind of like,
calls her like he's like you.
He called her poison. He called her a toxin.
I know.
But why would he call her that? Because his old boy tried to drug her. Then when we find it, because like the way the nurse handed them drugs, you knew something that unscrupulous was happening.
I know.
And once I saw the nurse, I'm like,
obvious.
I want to know how many episodes she gets before she dies.
Well, she died in episode 6, so we can jump to episode 6, but. Again, the pacing though it's fast, but like it makes sense. It makes sense though.
Because
it's like
Perfect
you're zipping
Crown
through.
didn't.
No, it was fast, but it made no freaking sense. So like honestly, if you compare these two dramas, you look at Perfect Crown, you're like, oh dang, that was a mess. To be honest, freaking mess. But
there was a lot of I've never seen a script have a jump cut. It was just like, and here we are. We're over here. And just like, okay, girl. Like, it kind of made sense, but there was just like stuff that was like lacking, like basically like giving you Musuhi backstory. But I feel like what I need from this drama is I need to know, because we may never, I need to know why the king is acting how he's acting. And I need to know why Telemundo is acting why he's acting.
I think we know. I have a feeling. I don't think this drama is going to let us down. The way that they're giving us clues here and there, I think they're going to do it. Oh, I did want to say in episode 5, the end, in the Choson era, where he asks her if he
can be her companion.
Shall I be your companion? And I was like. Why did they not stay together? And I was
crying on the plane.
Crying
on the plane. Gave her flowers, and then took her a second, and then she dropped them, and he was just like, "Oh yeah, you're really upset." And then you kind of just put it down on the grave, because like I like how like she didn't have to say. He just was like, "Oh, did she?"
A man with EQ. A man with EQ, and he's a prince.
And he's a prince. And he's a prince, because you hate to, because there's nothing worse than like a bad prince.
You don't want a bad prince, and
you don't.
And then he's like, he got the Phantom of the Opera thing going on. It's like, he's mischievous.
Is a metal mask always the best choice? Like, there's so many.
He just looks so uncomfortable.
Also, in a culture that makes masks.
What if he wore one? What if he wore the tie-fi thing that like...
Oh, the one that like the street performers wear? Where the person's like orange?
It's not sexy enough. I forget the Korean name. There's a specific word for it.
But we have the technology.
He pops up and he's like, hey.
Where it doesn't have to be Because what was it? Okay. Were we watching that drama or was it me on my own? I think we had talked about it where it's just like the prince would like go out with the street performers and dress up and then perform with them.
That was Tale of Lady Oak, wasn't it?
Yep, that's what it was. The young man would go out with the street performers and be out there in the streets with him. But yeah, I feel like also I think there has to be a health crisis with the grandpa at some point. Halapaji, there has to have a health crisis with the grandpa. I don't think, because remember, I think it was in episode 5 maybe, where Telemundo, the lawyer for grandpa, for Halapaji.
Yes. Oh, yeah. He's giving everything to
Telemundo's going to kill that man. Telemundo's going to kill him. Telemundo's going to change his. Telemundo's going to kill Halapaji. And I think we're going to find out how he's a cousin in a funky way. Because, he's not a direct descendant. Yeah. Because my thing is, whose kid is he? Because his kids it's the 2 daughters.
I think it was his dad. So there was a son who married, his mom was a actress. So I think the dad died and he lived with his mom, who was an actress when he was younger. And then he moved into the family. So that's why they call him like the half-blood Chebo, because he like...
No, not Se-gye. Telemundo.
Yeah, so Telemundo, I think, is just like a cousin because he gives up his liver for him. So I think they are definitely like a close cousin situation.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that if he's a cousin, that means
like a nephew.
That means he's the nephew of grandpa, right?
Yeah, the nephew of grandpa, yeah.
Because he's not grandpa's grandson. So that means he's a nephew, so he's not a direct descendant. So I wonder what had to who died for him to show up at grandpa's house. Because it seems like I'm assuming
it's like, yeah, it was probably like his like dad or someone died. Maybe he just like ran, like everyone died and he had nowhere to go. So he was like an orphan nephew. So he had to like, bring him in. But, and then episode 6, we have to talk about that final kiss scene.
Yes. And he goes, because he's like, I'm going to do something. Be ready. I'm going to do something. And then she hops up. And
he's
so
like, you can run if you can run away. I'll give you 3 seconds because I'm going to do it. And I'm sorry that I'm going to do it. And then she gets up.
And she gets up, but then he gets up. He goes to walk away. She grabs him and he goes, okay, you grabbed me. You grabbed me, ma'am.
He grabs her wrist and he kisses her wrist. I lost it. I about lost it.
The wrist took me out.
I know I'm squealing so much right now, but like genuinely, like this drama, I'm obsessed with that guy.
Can I tell you, I was like, there were moments I was on the and I was like, I saw that moment. There was a few of them. I was like, Chrissy's screaming in her house.
Oh no, I was screaming. I was like, oh my God. And then I proceeded to go and find him on Instagram and I looked at all of his photos.
That's so funny.
I'm a Nuna fan. Guess how old he is? He's like my brother age. He's like 31, 32.
Oh, he looks like he's like 31, 32.
No, I thought he looked a little mature. I was like,
he's never used a house phone.
Kevin, they used a house phone. They're technically, they're baby millennials. They're technically millennial. So,
what's this generation after us called?
Gen Z.
Wait,
it's millennials and Gen Z, but millennials is pretty wide. So my brother was 94.
Like 81
it
to
like hits 90, like 96 or something. Yeah. So then after, but oh my God, that kiss scene, I screamed. It was so good. I loved it. I watch it 3 times. I did indeed watch it 3 times.
Girl, if I hadn't been on a plane, I was like, I'm not going to test Delta's Wi-Fi. Let me just go ahead.
You can't move anything. You're like.
It's like trying to rewind something on Hulu. You ever try to rewind something on Hulu and it just jumps?
Oh, so annoying.
I was like, I don't pay for commercials. You can't let me rewind. I pay for no commercials. Why can't I rewind?
I know. Or the way, so with HBO now, apparently I have ads on HBO. Every time I restart it, it makes you, if you skip, it makes you watch the ads again. And I'm like, I'm about to shoot someone in the face.
Yep. Because if you watch, because the CW has a show called Wild Cards that so they have shows on their app that you can watch for free. And so if you watch Wild Cards or whatever show they have on there, you watch all of the apps. And if you try to rewind, you will have to watch, all the commercials. You have to watch all the commercials all over again. And I'm just like, it's just all of the commercials are Liberty Mutual or drugs.
Liberty.
That and my friend Matt Richards and all these Allstate commercials. So either I'm watching Matt be a parent, or the emu, or
emu.
Yeah, emu. So it's either the emu or the ads must be working, or whatever the hell Sky Rizzy is. I don't know what it does.
Sky Rizzy. It's for I believe it's for skin. It's like eczema. Sky Rizzy.
I didn't know black people had eczema until I left the South.
Hold on, I gotta look it up. I'm just looking up Sky Rizzy. Sky Rizzy. What a name.
What a name.
Yeah, it's for psoriasis.
Okay. Kim Kardashian has psoriasis.
Yeah, moderate to severe plaque psoriasis. I'm using the voice. Moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Moderate to severe
Apparently Crohn's disease and psoriasis is taking people out.
Apparently.
That's all the commercials. Crohn's disease, psoriasis. Some man couldn't eat spaghetti sauce at one point. So that's all these commercials are in between these TV shows is
oh my god,
insurance or because again for my commercial agent it's a lot of insurance. Oh, car stuff like cars.
Like
car always
the safe auto with the windshield. I watch a lot of TV. Clearly, all
Girl.
Yeah, a lot of windshields.
I think I saw something that said that our generation was the most advertised to situation because for a long time you couldn't advertise to kids on TV. Like you couldn't have kids commercials. Oh yeah. So it's just like, I think it was like, because at the beginning of TV you couldn't, and then like in like the 70s they were like, they kind of like loosened it. So like, it's like, all right, just food. And then it was like, okay, more. And then the 90s was like, it's a free for all. And so they were 80s and 90s. It was like run it, and they were sending us anything. Tell your parents to buy you this, and it was just like you turn around and be like, "Buy me this." I'm like, that's what the TV said. I'm not buying you that. What are you talking about? You got no money. But yeah, I am really enjoying this. But like him watching her be at the beach, her being drunk was so funny.
And then the ending scene, yeah. And then he like tells her like, "Stop smiling, you're ugly," and they like smile at each other, and I was like, it's so sweet.
Because even in the past, she's sitting there drinking. Because I remember from another,
she made her own. It's like her
because it was medicinal. Because I remember watching a drama about a girl who was selling I think it was called Moonshine, about her being a bootlegger, but you had to say it was medicinal, and you always had to hide it because it was like alcohol. It was like their prohibition, but it was like now because you had to use alcohol to make tonics, so you had to have some type of fermentation, and everybody was like, so if you eat this particular mugwort drink, you drink this mugwort drink when you eat this soup, then it is medicine. Everyone's like, yeah, medicine. It just proves prohibition has not worked in any time period. It did not work during the Chosun era. It did not work in the 1920s. Prohibition does not work. It's just like the same way, like abstinence only education. Those schools always have the highest teen pregnancy rate because kids literally don't know what's happening. It's the same concept. But anyway, so I am interested to see. I can say I'm already bored with her rival. I need this girl to be gone.
I know.
Also,
she's
her jealousy is annoying. Because she's like, what? She's got a boyfriend, and now she thinks that her manager is the rich dude because he was getting dust off that guy's shoulder, and the guy was bowing to him. And I'm just like, this is a little weak sauce. I don't enjoy it. I don't.
Well, what they're gonna do is like they're gonna make Kwang Nam, the neighbor manager, is gonna end up falling. Like she's gonna fall for him, and then they're gonna be a thing. But I don't want that for the manager because he's so adorable and he could do so much better than that witch of a woman. Like what a loser.
Hey. No, he can't. He's not nice either. That's the thing. Well, I don't think he's, but he's not.
I think he's growing on me. He's growing on me. He just wanted the banchan, you know? He's like, I'm hungry.
He just wanted to be able to go to his part-time job by himself.
I know. He's like, I don't need you like stealing the fucking mandus instead of selling them.
Because the job was like, are you going to sell any of these mandus you're eating? And she's like, well, I'm full now. So yeah, let's run it.
Sure.
But she was doing so great. And then the tonic, and I made sense why she couldn't drink it, because that is how she died. But then that guy trying to fight her in the stairwell. And as soon as he went to raise his hand up, I was like, where's Se-gye?
Where's Se-gye?
Where's Se-gye? Where is Se-gye?
We should probably end, but before we go, I just wanted to say that this episode 6 hit 10.3% in viewership in Korea, which is pretty good for now for an SBS drama. It aired at 4% because it was competing against Perfect Crown, but there's been huge jumps each week. So I think people are
catching on,
really getting into this, because again, I think Koreans are very excited for this. It's getting really positive press. I think we should have our, I don't want to have my hopes up, but I feel like you said, you want some of these storylines figured out. I think we're going to find out. We're going to get a backstory on Telemundo. We're going to get a backstory about her, honestly, about why the Grand Prince has the eye. I feel like we're going to get all of it.
We have to find out why he is the man in the iron mask, the man of a quarter iron mask. Why is he in a half of this masquerade mask? We cannot get to, because I think we're going to find out that the king did it to him. I think that's what it's going to be.
Yeah. I think the king,
obviously. Obviously, he's obviously the little brother because he's the Grand Prince. But I think we have to find out, and it's jealousy. It's always jealousy. Why am I looking for a reason? It's jealousy.
Or
it's
he
always
could just be a psychopath.
He could be a psycho ajushi, so it could be a psycho Chonai situation, and the psycho just kept going. But it's just but he's been nuts since he was a kid. At least with psycho ajushi, I'm like, oh, this is trauma induced. This is, you've been
when he killed the dog for a reason. It's because he was trying to kill.
They were trying to kill, what is
Kim
it?
Ji-yeon. Kim Ji-yeon's character.
Yes.
Hain and Hyunwoo. Hain.
The dog was trying to hurt somebody. And so when an animal is trying to hurt somebody, we, because it is customary to send the dog upstairs. So it wasn't a murderous thing. He's not a crazy child. It was the dog is attackful. So,
I know, but this guy, it's going to be, I think.
That was the tiniest little puppy.
That actor, his freaking eyes go from kind to evil in a second. That man can act. Holy crap.
Because he ain't even talking.
He's not. It's just his eyes. He's literally just Okay, well, on that note, we're going to be back on Wednesday, actually, for the 5th?
You know better than I do.
Hold on. I already edited it. It's already ready to go. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys. The 5th. Yeah, it's the 5th. Oh, my God. My brain. The 5th episode of The Glory is coming out on Wednesday, so be sure to check that out, y'all. And then we will be back next week. We don't know when. We'll figure it out. It's either Sunday or Monday for episode 7 and 8 of My Royal Nemesis.
Because how many episodes are they doing? 12 or 16?
They're doing 14 episodes.
14. Okay, so they're gonna have some more runway to hopefully. I can't see. Here's the thing. Was I disappointed by Perfect Crown's ending? Yes. Was I surprised? Yes. No, because they wrapped up stuff too early, and it's just you have nowhere to go now. And then we went 3 years in the future, and then we still had nothing. But I feel like I do want there to be a moment, since she inhabited that girl's body, there needs to be a moment where she has to have a conversation with the girl's body that she's in.
I think she needs to tell Se-gye. I think Se-gye needs to know the truth. Se-gye's having all these dreams and premonitions too. So he's seeing, he's understanding something. Yeah. So I think she needs to tell him that she's from the past. And I think he's going to probably put 2 and 2 together that he was also in the past too. And they're, star-crossed lovers, whatever. But I can't wait. I feel like just the reaction Yeah, his react. I just can't wait. I can't wait to see how this ends. Like this is so delightful to watch. Like I'm so excited.
I think her telling him is going to be part of how they defeat Telemundo.
And I also love that nickname, Telemundo.
Yeah, thank you so much. Because thank you so much. I think it's going to have to be, hey, you have to remember what happened in the past so we don't do this again.
Okay. Well, we'll see. That's our predictions.
Well, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Unnies React. And tell us what you think about your pod. Tell us what you think about the pod. Send us your thoughts, prayers, rants, whatever to chasingkdrama@gmail.com. Make sure that you make sure you subscribe because we are on our campaign. So on our road to 10,000 Sarangees. That is our road to 10,000 subscribers on YouTube because Chrissy has goals. And I show up and ramble. So thank you for watching. Thank you for loving on us. Tell your favorite K-drama addicts about us. And we'll see you on the next K-drama chase. 사랑해.
사랑해.